Now, a pillar of education pushed a step away from her job.
McKnight and the Board of Ed, we need them all to go.
How Montgomery County Superintendent is defending her reputation. Plus, an all-inclusive bill addressing DC crime faces another hurdle today. And after a bitter cold week, there's a warm-up on the way, when the rain will wash away last week's snow. A nonprofit helping DMV kids reach their goals.
Nothing happens unless you put your time and effort into it to make it work.
The scholarships that can help your children further their education. And keeping up with your kids' growth spurts, we're stretching your dollar this morning with savings on kids' clothes.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good morning. Look at that. Pretty start to it. That is really nice. Beautiful start to our day. It's coming up. It is now 7 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Starting off with that live look outside. You can see the clouds out there. Not going to be a bad day today, but Jackie's going to tell you more about the rain coming our way soon. But thank you for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika, she's tracking the roads this morning. We're going to check in with her in just a second. Turning things over to Jackie for the forecast. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It was giving orange sherbet. I know, it's pretty sky right now. I love it. But if you're taking a picture of it, be sure to send it in. I would love to show it. But temperatures out there right now. Don't let that sunny or brighter view of the sky fool you. It's still cold out, but thankfully not as frigid as yesterday morning. We are seeing some areas starting off in the upper teens. That's from Manassas to Martinsburg. Upper 20s, Hagerstown, right at 30 in D.C. High pressure just off the coastline, still keeping us dry and quiet. We do have some freezing drizzle that's back off towards parts of central Pennsylvania, back out towards the Midwest, still being impacted by that winter storm there. Back here locally, remaining dry today, but mainly cloudy. High temperatures, though, will be seasonable. Back into those low to mid 40s later on today. Warmer tomorrow and even warmer towards the latter half of the week with rain chances. Latest details coming up, but Shanika's back with the on-point look at those roadways. How's it looking right now?
All right, continuing to track delays out on 95 heading north and southbound. We have a tractor trailer crash that actually happened south and it was past Maryland 32. So do expect significant delays. We are seeing some flashing lights and that crash is involving again a tractor trailer. You can see a bunch of brake lights heading north and southbound. So I would avoid 95 out of Howard County. That's in the North Laurel area.
Shanika, thank you. A teenager is dead and another is hurt after a shooting in Northeast.
Now, police say this happened in the 4700 block of Minnesota Avenue yesterday. Police say two teenage boys were driving a stolen gray Kia. That is when a light-colored Acura sedan drove up beside them and started shooting. Police say the suspect's car had damage to the front, back, and sides. They say the younger boy was found conscious. The older teen was found not breathing.
Something has to get done because it's just getting worse and worse.
It's very, very concerning that teenagers are very bold, be involved in their kids' lives, find out who their friends are.
It's the youth. We just got to protect them or steer them in the right direction.
Now, both teens were taken to an area hospital. Police say one of them died.
And police are looking for a suspect they say robbed several stores in Northwest D.C. They say in each robbery, the suspect enters a store showing a gun and then demanding money and property. Now, the robberies happened last week near Rhode Island Avenue. Officials say two other robberies took place near First Street. Police say the suspect runs away from the scene. Happening today, a public safety package is designed to reduce crime in the district, and it could move one step closer to passing.
But not everyone is on board with the legislation that would reinstate the so-called drug-free zones in D.C. Our Candace Cole joins us now live from the Wilson Building with more on all of this. Candace, good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya and Corey. The D.C. City Council's Committee of the Whole will meet later this morning to discuss the Secure D.C. Omnibus Act meant to curb crime here in the city. Ward 2 Councilmember Brooke Pinto introduced the bill earlier this month to address rising crime in the district. Slated as a crime package, the Secure DC Act included provisions from Pinto's Secure DC plan and Mayor Muriel Bowser's Safer, Stronger, and Act Now bills. Those provisions include new gun penalties, making strangulation a felony offense, and allowing officers to review body cam footage in cases that don't involve excessive excessive use of force. Now, the bill would also reinstate MPD's ability to declare drug-free zones, which has drawn backlash from the ACLU, calling them, quote, failed and ineffective. Melissa Wasser, policy counsel for the ACLU, says instead the district should, quote, build a comprehensive public safety system that focuses on prevention, effectiveness, and accountability. According to Metro PD, homicide in D.C. is down 62% compared to this time last year, but violent crime overall is up 1%. Now, that meeting is set for 11 o'clock this morning. If the Secure DC Omnibus Act passes committee today, it will then be considered during the next legislative session. Reporting live in Northwest, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Thank you, Candace. Your time right now is 7:04 on a Tuesday. A Maryland Navy SEAL is presumed dead after a failed 11-day search and rescue mission. First Class Christopher Chambers was lost during a raid off the coast of Somalia. Another SEAL fell into the Arabian Sea while attempting to raid a boat that they believed was carrying weapons to Yemen. Chambers jumped in after him. Yesterday, Maryland Governor Wes Moore released a statement on this situation. Moore says, quote, "My heart breaks for the friends and family of Special Operator Chambers, as well as all who served alongside him."
Time right now is 7:05. New this morning, we're hearing from the Montgomery County Board of Education after the superintendent says members asked her to step down. This happening as more followed from the Inspector General's report detailing workplace misconduct by a former principal. DC News Now's Lex Boris is live this morning at the school board. And Lex, what is the school board saying?
All right, well, they're not saying much, and they're saying that their lack of response is because they are the employer of Superintendent Monifa McKnight. They say legally they can't talk about the personnel matter. However, she says that this is unfounded of an ask from the school board. She says she's going to be standing up for herself. Well, the board allegedly asked McKnight to step down from her role during a closed-door meeting yesterday. She's been the superintendent of the school system since 2022. The investigation into former principal Joel Beidelman's sexual misconduct and workplace harassment has led to the questions over how fit she is for this leadership role. New reports allege she knew about the investigation into Beidelman but didn't tell the board immediately. However, she says there's no justification for removing her, that it would be a violation of her contract, as there's no documentation of any concern with her performance. But that doesn't mean much to the Parents Coalition of Montgomery County, who say they are concerned with an overall lack of transparency from the board.
If we can't get elected leaders that will stand up for children and staff, then we need to start over, because something is fundamentally wrong with a system, a Montgomery County public school system, that will not protect students and staff from sexual harassment, sexual assault, and rape.
Well, McKnight says that she will defend her reputation and is demanding fair consideration of her role as superintendent as laid out in legal procedure. And the school board says that they will not be releasing any more statements about this to the media because it is a personnel matter. However, they do say that they are focused on ensuring that their students have the best quality education. Live in Rockville, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Thank you, Lex. Well, meantime, Maryland's Board of Education is meeting later this morning. That is set to start at 9 a.m. The board is expected to discuss several topics, including the standard policy for virtual learning during severe weather. The BOE is also considering amending the college readiness standard to measure students on several metrics, not just GPA. Members will also review the governor's budget for fiscal year 2025. A live stream of that meeting is available online.
Applications for DC Summer Youth Employment Program are now open, and anyone who lives in DC between the ages of 14 and 24 can now apply to get a job or an internship through the 6-week program. Emmy award-winning actor Jeffrey Wright, known for his work in movies like The Hunger Games, participated in the program back in 1982. He says it was a positive influence in his life.
It opened up just so many possibilities for me that summer, but it also just was the beginning of lessons and responsibility that I carry with me to this day. Formative time spent.
And to apply, visit summerjobs.dc.gov. The last day to apply for the program is March 6th.
And Alexandria City Council is getting rid of its Confederate symbols, not by renaming, But by rededicating, the council rededicated street names to other figures with the same name but different spellings. However, some fear the changes are leaving a bigger impact on businesses and their personal records.
Even with a spelling change, all of our incorporation letters, all of our state licenses, our tax information, all has to be changed.
Alexandria City Council says it's making changes with the U.S. Postal Service, schools, and utilities for residents and businesses, but changing DMV records and passports, that will be up to residents. And Virginia lawmakers blocking a new law that would repeal making organized retail theft a felony. Now, it went into effect back in July. The new felony is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. Some officials opposed the bill and wanted to repeal it. A House subcommittee voted to send the bill to the Virginia State Crime Commission for further study.
Virginia Senate Committee is advancing several gun control bills. The proposals would ban the sale of new assault rifles and high-capacity magazines. It would also create a 5-day waiting period to buy a gun. Advocates say the bills will save lives. Others, though, say it is a violation of the Second Amendment.
We've seen weapons of war. We know that it increases the death count in mass shootings, and, you know, what it does to the human body and what it does to a child's body, you don't want to know. You don't want to see.
The Constitution is our founding document. If we ignore that, then we don't really have the country that we think we have.
Second Amendment advocates say they are hopeful Governor Glenn Youngkin will veto any gun control measures that make it to his desk.